Today we're being joined by a potential AFLW draftee from the Eastern Ranges, Stasia Stevenson. Stasia, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. So tell us a bit about yourself. What got you into footy and what type of player you are?
What got me into footy? I'm not sure, to be honest. I just liked the tackling aspect of the game, and yeah, I guess that's really it. And sorry, what was the other question?
What type of player would you best describe it, like position you play on the footy field?
I'm a high forward at the moment, hopefully cracking into the midfield.
Good. So obviously you're in your draft year this year. So do you feel any added pressure compared to previous few years, considering this is the year where, well, it doesn't end here if it wasn't to be the case, but you know, this is where it starts?
Yeah, totally. Last year I felt was pretty important, but then this year just ramped up a whole lot. Knowing I could get drafted in December, it's pretty exciting and nerve-wracking. But yeah, and then that's basically it.
So how's your time been at the Eastern Ranges? Obviously, a successful team. So how have you found your time there so far?
Yeah, no, it was good. Obviously we had a lot of great players. I had a lot of girls drafted last year, so had a lot of role models. I learned a lot of the girls. They were really great. Especially Laura Stone. I think I've really watched her game, and I've really enjoyed learning off her. So yeah.
That's what I was going to mention, Laura and any other girls from the range that got picked up that you're most excited to see how they go at their new club.
Yeah, all the girls, obviously. I'm really excited to see Stoney though. I think she will do really well, and Liz Pisano.
Yes.
How she goes in the forward line. Yep.
So I had Liz on for an interview about a month ago, and you may have seen the goal kicking challenge we did in horrendous conditions. As she's a good forward that she is, so she destroyed him, but that was expected. But anyway, we move on. Maybe a line and see if I can give her a second chance. So what are some goals you set for yourself this year going into your draft year?
Well, I really hope that I do crack into the midfield so I can become a bit of a more versatile player, not just playing high forward because that's my primary role at the moment. Also just keep working on my pressure. I think that's one of the biggest parts of my game, getting up my tackling and finishing off this year.
Good. So obviously you won an award at the Rangers, a different kind of an award compared to what most people would hear, the Diamond Play. Can you describe what the Diamond Player was?
Yeah, well, diamonds kind of our pressure, because diamonds are built on pressure. That's what we spoke about, and the only thing that can break a diamond is pressure. So basically, it was just my pressure that got me the award, I guess. Just my tackling, yeah.
That's good. Now, obviously, you have to bring it up. Also, unfortunately, to lose that grand final, as I said it before, having a strong year. Obviously, breaking and everything in the moment. But how do you take that loss and try and move on from now into this year, and kind of any extra motivation to you play at Oakley? I think it was to get revenge on them, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty sad on the day, but no, I think it was just a great effort just to get into the grand final. It was 7-point loss, so we weren't far off it. I guess it gives us motivation though to hopefully get back into the same spot as last year and this time win. Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. Who do you support?
Who do I?
In the AFLW, who do you go for?
Oh, sorry. I go for Collingwood.
Okay, well, the men's in particular, they had a casually a good year, just winning the premiership.
Yeah, good to watch.
Did you get the opportunity to go to it?
Yeah, I was. I really have a liking for Bo McCreary. He's also a high forward.
So who?
I think Bo McCreary.
Oh yeah.
From Collingwood, yeah, he's a high forward. He has really great pressure, so I like to base my game off his. So it was really good, watching him just throughout the season, grand final as well, with all the added pressure as well. So yeah.
I was actually going to mention if you were going to use a player comparison, would use Bo McCreary is a good one, as you mentioned, with the tackling, one of the diamond players, so it fits that category as well. That's a good choice to choose from. And now, obviously, as you said, about being at that grand final. So we talk about the pressure. How were you feeling heading into that whole game, let alone that last 10 minutes?
Yeah, well, I think we got our momentum back in the last quarter. Because we obviously lost it, we dropped our heads a little bit. Like the last 10 minutes, it was kind of just like I don't really remember what was going through my head, to be honest. It wasn't my best game, to be honest, either. So I was pretty disappointed with myself, but yeah, I just got to learn from those mistakes, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Have you got any goals in the future or currently to be a leader of some degree, even if it's not an official title or even have an official title in the leadership group?
Yeah, well, I hope that, yeah, like since I am top age and like I know what it is to be like younger and like you're a bit scared to like come in, so I just like hope maybe I can like become a leader at like the club, just like show the younger girls, you know, just be a familiar face, and hopefully also my footy skills show that as well.
Sure. Have you been given any advice on how to handle this draft year? Because obviously I see a lot of people that they're just trying to zone everything else out and just do their work on the footy field. How do you approach all that and have all that, you know, added pressure? How do you deal with it?
Yeah, well, I think I just need to like prepare myself mentally for my games. I have like things I like to do before, like just like write notes down, like just listen to like a lot of music. But I just need to take my own advice. So I've got to stop worrying about my disposals. I think that was one of like my main problems last year. Like I was like too focused on disposals and wasn't thinking about my actual role and what I actually had to do for the team. So I just got to take my advice.
So that's a good way to think about it as well. Have you ever had any interactions with any AFL or AFLW players in general, and have you had some good memorable moments?
So you broke up a little bit.
That's all right. So have you ever had the good opportunity to ever meet individually or personally any AFL, any AFLW players? And if so, have you had any memorable moments as a fan or as a player?
Yeah. Well, I know Mikala Cann from Collingwood AFLW team. She's one of my gym coaches. So yeah, we have like a really good relationship. We talk often, and like she's just there like just for a good chat or like even just for advice. Considering like she's in the spot I want to be in like next year, obviously. She's playing midfield as well. So, and yeah, just ask her a shit ton of questions. So
that's good. So with Mikala, what advice has she given you? Obviously, she said you've got a good connection with her being your gym coach and everything. So, and similar positions as well. So, what's she given? Some advice she's given you how to handle it all?
Mainly just work on my recovery. She said she reckons that's one of like the most important aspects. Not many people actually do like proper recovery. So if I don't need to go on the extra run, don't go on it. Don't increase my loads. Make sure I just get sufficient sleep, have a good diet, get plenty of hydration.
That's good. Who's your favourite team out of the Rangers? Obviously, there's some players that you mentioned before. Laura Stone, who's now at the Hawks. Who's some of your current favourite teammates there?
At Eastern, and still, yeah. Basically, we see each other at the gym all the time. We just like, we're always like, we just I don't know how you say it. Just like we just get along really easily. We're both high forward, so we can relate a lot to each other. Yeah, we just get along easy.
That's good. So, which draftees of this year do you feel that people that they need to keep an eye out on that aren't the ones that get mentioned all the time? So basically, someone who's underrated and doesn't get talked about as much as they should.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, Isla Baldwin, she's a bit older. She was injured, so I think she's a bit older. But like she was injured, so I think she should get looked at this year a fair bit. But then top age for this year, I think. Indiana Markby.
Yeah.
She's really fast. She like could catch up, I reckon. She's pretty underrated though. She gonna crack into the midfield I think this year, and she's had a really good preseason, so I think she'll be up there.
That's good. Got to keep an eye on for sure. Any nicknames you get at the club that you like or dislike?
No, not really. Stage, Stevo sometimes, but not really. Just making
Some
that up, to
basic.
be honest. Yeah.
Nice and basic. That's sometimes a good way to go about it. Coach's pet. Is anyone at the Rangers a coach's pet?
I've been asked this question before, to be honest. I don't really know. I don't think there is anyone. So.
Well, that's again sometimes a good thing. So everything's even, no favoritism. That's a good thing. Any outside of footy interest? Do you have any favorite TV shows, movies, hobbies?
I like to play basketball, so it's just not like just local, domestic. So, but that's just fun to do on like a weekend with my friends.
How would you fare in basketball? How would you sort of be a middle, bottom, top ranked? I know it's locally, but that doesn't matter what level it is. It's still good enough.
No, I'd say I'm pretty okay. I can't. Yeah. I'm not a fantastic shooter, but I would say my defense is pretty good. Yeah. Okay,
that's good. Fun facts about you. What are some fun facts about you that people may not know about you?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that, to be honest.
I'll come back to it then. All right. What do you feel is the best individual game you've ever played, and that's kind of getting you noticed to the position that you're in right now?
It was towards the end of the season. We played Sandy at Oakley's ground.
Yep.
It was pretty even game, to be honest. We were just like drawing, and I was able to like apply my pressure. Got a few like tackles and got rewarded by like I got a free kick for holding the ball. And I kicked like 2 goals. So like it was just but it wasn't really about the goals. It was just like I brought my pressure that day. I got tackled. I laid my tackles. I like just chased. I think that was just one of my best games, and it showed me like I could do this if I did this every week. Yeah, that's where I want to be.
Sure, and that's a good thing too. You know, because some people say is their best change. Kicking 5, and of course that's a really good bench. Actually, do together.
So, wait, it's like really glitchy now.
That's right. So obviously, you mentioned a few positions. Pressure, obviously. So we'll move on to the next question. What do you feel is the best goal you've ever kicked in any footy?
I don't know. It was just like a banana. I think just after like practicing it, it was just in a local match. And then I was like, I might as well just go for it. I had on like the boundary and I just kicked it and went in. So it just showed like all my practice paid off.
That's good. If you were to hypothetically best describe your best ever goal, it can be as unrealistic as you want. What would you best describe it to be? Would you want another banana, a check side, a torp after the siren? How would you best describe yours?
For me, it would be like starting in the midfield. Getting like the clearance and just like having a run down the line and just kicking a goal just from the centre, kind of.
Nice. That would be pretty good. Danielle Ponte actually did for Adelaide throughout the AFLW. Something similar. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. Now, goal celebration. We're talking about goals. So would you be one to celebrate when there's like more than the standard, high five stuff? Would you over celebrate something, especially if it's a good goal?
No, I don't really do that. I'm not sure why. I think, to be honest, forward lining is pretty new to me. So it's just like, so I've never like thought about it. Georgia Knight's really good at it though. Yeah. So I might have to take some advice off her.
Okay, fair enough. Mark or goal of the year? Which one would you rather do and why?
To be honest, mark of the year.
Any particular reason?
It'd be cool to take a high specky. I don't think you see that much at the moment. So
it's very true. And you could also get a photo if it's the game's being filmed of photographs. You can get a nice profile picture with that if you were to pull it.
Yeah, totally.
Definitely. Who loves the limelight, the attention, the camera at the Rangers and can't get enough, and they know exactly where the camera is to show off or whatever it is?
I think we all like the camera. Just when we see like the photography guy, we just like to turn and take a photo. I don't really know. So
That's fair enough. It's actually an interesting answer because most people they always single out one or two. So it's good to be upfront and nice to know that everyone loves it. And to be honest, it is a good thing as well. Who do you feel is the toughest opponent you've ever played up on in any of the teams you've been against?
I would just say I don't know anyone specifically. I would just say, actually, I don't know.
Has there ever been where you feel like they've how do I word it? Like they've quelled your influence to the point where you think, you've had a stinker, or have you always thought that you've been at least on level with your opponent?
No, not always. Like there's definitely been heaps of times where like I thought like, my opponent's beating me, like I've just played a terrible game, but like can't single out anyone. Just every game. Yeah.
That's right. What's something someone does at the club that you can't stand, whether that's leaving rubbish around, trying to scare people, anything particular comes to mind? Scaring people seems to be a trend there, especially at the Swans women's team. That is definitely a regular occurrence there.
No, I don't think there's much. Still likes to take my locker, put her bag and like just put her bag and stuff everywhere, but like nothing really.
That can count. Now, if you ever get the opportunity to get drafted and you go to Sydney, beware of the jump scare cam. They love doing that. I've said that so many times this year. I'd lose count of how many times they've done it publicly, at least, let alone privately. There might be a lot more. Now, defenders, do you feel that they deserve a bit more love? Because considering the midfielders, obviously, the Brownlow centred towards mids and rucks even these days get votes in the Brownlow. And then the forwards also got the common. Do you feel the defenders need their own title to some degree? You can call it whatever you want, but should they get one?
Yeah, totally. They have a hard position. Like I've tried to back. They don't get much credit. Like they do a lot more than I think they're credited for. You never really see a forward or a back win the Brownlow.
Correct.
But yeah, I think like players like Darcy Moore, because I go for Collingwood, but like players like him, like they should be accredited a bit more. Like local level, like talent league level, everyone should. But like that's just an example. So.
That's a good thing. And what do you think of the name? I don't know if you knew about this, but on Fox Footy, the late Danny Frawley had the Golden Fist on Fox Footy's bounce show. Good name, and he had a trophy made up for his show where he literally.
I think you're not glitching, but like I can't hear you.
Okay. The Golden Fist.
Yeah.
Okay. Danny Frawley added the Golden Fist. Is that you like that name? That was to be one.
Yeah. Did you say that could be?
The Golden Fist. You're fine.
Wait,
sorry. So the Golden Fist. Do you think that would be a good name for an award if they were to name it an award?
Yeah, I think
That's right. Now we'll backtrack to see if you can remember some fun facts about you. Has anything popped to mind now?
No. There's like. So if we go back to like the question you asked, what got me into footy?
Yeah.
Well, when I was like little, I actually wanted to play soccer.
Okay.
But my parents were just like, no, you don't really. There's not many pathways into like, into soccer. So, I guess you could say I wasn't forced into footy, but like, I chose footy as like a sub option, like another option.
Yeah, pushing back to it.
Yeah, but. Nothing else. Got a dog and play basketball. Yeah.
Very nice. Who do you feel is the best player in the AFLW competition? Because obviously, I mean, it's pretty even. Obviously, you got Mon Conti, Jazz Garner, Ebony Marinoff, Laura Garner, Ali Morford, Charlie Robon. Who would you have in that category? There's so many to choose from.
In the AFLW, well, I would say it's a bit obvious, but I would say Ebony Marinoff because I like to watch her game. I think she's like a player I would like to play. I would like to base my off her a little bit as well because she has the pressure, the tackles. she's a bit versatile. So yeah.
Very good. Best chatterbox at the Rangers.
To be honest, I don't know. I like to say I was, but I don't think so. I'm not really sure. I think again we all just like chat. We're always talking, always loud.
Yeah. If you were stuck on a deserted island, which teammates would you want to bring and not bring?
I would definitely bring still for the just to chat and just waste time. But then Isla Baldwin just to like, because I feel like she'd be able to like just help out. Who I wouldn't bring? Oh, I really don't know.
No one that stirs you too much.
I don't want to, I'm so sorry. Like, you keep cutting out. I don't know.
All right. So we're on to the next question. What are your most prized possessions?
Like what?
So, like, what were probably 3 things you couldn't live without?
Oh, okay. Probably. Can we come back? I'll think about it.
All right. Okay, we'll come back. All right. Favorite food?
Is pasta or pizza?
Very nice. Best dish to cook. If you do cook, what would be your best signature dish, as they say? Or is it just something basic?
Pasta.
Good option. Any particular favorite pasta? Food? Bolognese, anything?
Nah, just any pasta. Just, yeah.
Food you don't like?
I hate mushrooms.
Same here. Sure. What would you say is some quirks that you have that people wouldn't like? Is there anything that people say you do that they don't like?
Yeah, I just forgot. Sometimes I just like, I don't know. Okay, skip. I'll come back to that one as well.
All right.
Yeah.
No worries. All right. How would you fancy yourself in front of the goals?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just like running out of like things to say now.
That's okay.
No, like I would just like it's something I need to improve on, I think. Goal kicking. That's something I do need to like work on, but I would say I'm pretty alright. Like it's definitely improved over like the last season, but it could be better.
Fair enough. Now, a few more before we backtrack to those other 2. Celebrity crush.
At the moment, I would say Channing Tatum.
Fair enough. All right. Now we'll backtrack back to the other 2. The most prized possessions.
Okay. I'd have to say, so just like a book, any kind of book, just like read.
Yep.
Like a footy.
Yep.
And what else?
Phone.
No, I reckon I could live without that. I reckon,
Okay.
I'm not really sure what else, but like, yeah.
That's good enough. And yeah, so quirks that someone would say that you do that they don't like.
Sometimes I don't really know. I could just be like really persistent. Like I'll just keep talking until someone like just answers me or whatever. I'm just
Person Steve, that's a real person coming on. If you could best describe your draft type and the club you go to, what would be your dream scenario?
Say that again, sorry.
What would be your dream scenario heading into the AFLW draft from that draft period onwards? From the draft night onwards, what would be your best draft scenario for you? If you could describe it, what would you pick?
I'd hope. Well, I'd actually go anywhere if that's what you mean. Like go to any state. Like it'd be good to stay in Victoria, just where I'm from, obviously. But also like, I would love to go Queensland, New South Wales, Adelaide, West, Perth, anywhere. I'd be fine with. Yeah, I'm not fast.
No, more adequately. Collingwood. Bold prediction, or not really a bold prediction. Men's and women's. What ladder position will they both finish in the men's and women's competition for this season coming?
I reckon the men still have stuff in them, so I reckon they'll still do well, top 4 at least.
Yep.
And the women, I think they've really put a lot of work in over like the summer. They got some good draft picks, obviously.
Yeah.
And I reckon they'll definitely make finals because I think they just missed out this season. Definitely make finals and win a couple, I reckon.
Sure, Steve, I really appreciate you coming on. All the best for the rest of the season. Hopefully it goes well in your draft year. And then in December, we'll hear you name it an AFLW club. So I really appreciate you coming on.
All right, hopefully. Thank you.